Have you ever had a martini after a piece of chocolate cake or a beer after some pancakes? Now I know some of you might just say, yes I have, but for most of us, I think we would agree that they don't sound too good with each other. So what does this have to do with not drinking alcohol, or as the title of the video says, eating your way sober? Well, when I first got sober, I was told to make sure I don't let myself get too hungry. Now one part of me was happy to hear this. I mean, I'm a chef. And I love food, so cool, I get to eat. But another part of me was thinking, okay, I stopped drinking, I'm way too fat, I'm totally out of physical shape, I now have control of my drinking, so now it's time to get into great shape. So I'll start to eat less and lose all that extra weight. But there's a problem with that thinking. First of all, I did not have total control of my cravings to drink. I had no idea what was going to trigger those cravings. I might get a craving for no reason at all, or maybe just because it's a warm sunny day or a cold rainy night. I had no idea. I remember back when I was drinking, sometimes I would feel hungry, so I would have a couple of drinks and I'd be okay. So why would I need to eat? That's the way my alcoholic mind would work. So then I stopped drinking. I stopped taking in the 2,000-ish calories a day that the alcohol was providing. Now obviously these were completely useless calories, but my body was used to them. So my body and my mind, they wanted a replacement. Thus, cravings for at least something. My mind tries to tell me alcohol would make me feel better, but I can't drink. I know drinking will be a disaster. So obviously the best thing to do would be to eat something. Will eating remove my cravings? Probably not, especially in the beginning of sobriety. But eating will help calm the cravings. And that's what we need to do. It doesn't take much to get us back into that alcoholic insanity. I mean, honestly, it just takes that first drink. So every little thing we can do to take us away from that drink is important. And making sure we don't get hungry, it's a valuable tool. Now, I'm not a doctor or a nutrition expert, so as always, you should consult with your doctor about what you should or should not eat. They're going to be able to give you the proper advice to help you eat correctly so you can work towards staying sober. So I consulted a doctor and I got a physical exam soon after I got sober. He gave me advice on what I should do moving forward. And I did a pretty good job at following that advice. But I admit, during that early sobriety, I did eat too much. And I probably ate what many would consider not the healthiest of foods. I did not lose weight, but I did start to do some mild exercise, and that made me feel better. Deep down, I really did want to get into better shape, but at the same time, I realized that the most important thing was to stay sober. So I didn't stress too much about those extra pounds I needed to lose. I had the typical, 3 meals a day, nothing too excessive, just 3 solid meals. I had snacks in between those meals, once again, not too excessive. Sometimes I'd have something healthy like fruit, and sometimes I wouldn't have something so healthy like chips or something. I also had some candy here and there, just because it really does help those cravings when they arise. I've talked with many newly sober alcoholics, and they've often mentioned their concern with getting too fat. In my experience, this usually doesn't happen. You might gain a little weight, but for me, the price of a few extra pounds seems like a small price to pay to achieve that lasting sobriety and getting your life back. The key here is to try to be patient. Try to use good judgment. As time has gone by, in my sobriety, I've been able to deal with my weight issues, but I have to stay sober first. I need to be patient. I need to try to make good choices and sometimes just give myself a break. So here's what you need to do. Consult your doctor about your diet and what you're trying to do here. Don't let yourself get too hungry. If you get a craving, have something to eat right away. And don't drink no matter what. Check us out at TalkSober.com, where we have many more tools for getting and staying sober, and we'll see you on our next video.